Now, Christmas can be a time of anxiety for me, so the Speakmans are here to help with our phone-in today. So let's go first to Rebecca. Rebecca, you there?
Well, let's go straight to Gemma.
Gemma. Hi, Gemma.
Hi.
Hey,
Morning.
Gemma. Thanks for joining us and calling in, Gemma. What would you like to ask the Speakmans?
So I have a Christmas party next week, which I'm absolutely dreading because I've had crippling social anxiety for the last 7 years. I can put it back to when I fainted at a hospital appointment and I lost control of my bladder. Went to, obviously I had a crowd of nurses and doctors around me and I was so embarrassed. I was absolutely mortified. So I offered to clean it up and I kept apologising. But one nurse in particular, she was quite snappy and sniggering quite a bit actually as I was leaving. So I have just avoided crowded places as much as I can. Places that I can't escape. My heart rate just goes through my chest. It's really bad. I need to just try and get over it.
Oh, yeah.
OK, yeah.
Right, Gemma, well, let's do our best to get you over this and get you to the party next week. So, you said that this happened 7 years ago. Well, the first thing to consider is no one is born with social anxiety. And the second thing is, most of these issues happen between the ages of 3 and 15. So you said this was 7 years ago, but did you have a similar situation before that where something happened to you, you're embarrassed, and you felt like there was a crowd around you? Because this is the issue with crowds, isn't it?
It is, yes, So the same thing happened when I was in primary school. I was in primary 5 and I was sitting at my desk working away and out of the blue, I fainted. And again, I came to a crowd of kids around me, you know what kids are like. I had one boy in particular who was pretty nasty. He was going, ooh, and so thank you.
Poor thing. It's so understandable because in that situation, and it is always the case that there tends to be something before it, and that's the foundation. And then the second event 7 years ago is just like the next layer, which then makes it feel like it gets so much worse. So completely understand why you feel the way you do.
But if we can put this into perspective and you can take on board everything I'm saying there, I'm really confident that you can let this go. So you've got an issue with crowds, and that's because you were embarrassed because you wet yourself and you've got a crowd around you. OK, so, but 2 occasions doesn't represent your life, right? So just think about that. You fainted twice, that's happened twice. It doesn't represent your life. But going back, what we've got to deal with is the thing that caused this, the original schema, which was when you were at school. So this happened at school. And what I want you to consider is how many of those school children will be at this party of yours next week?
None.
OK, well, that's great for starters, isn't it? Bonus, yeah. So no one's going to be judging you anymore. And let me ask you, what do you do for a living?
I'm a nurse.
So you're a nurse, right? So how many times in your career have you mopped up or cleaned up after someone who's had an accident and wet themselves?
Oh, countless times. Countless times.
So I want you to also to consider that then can be part of life. You know, these things happen. How many times have you ever judged anyone when you've cleaned them up?
Oh, never.
So what I want you to understand, I don't think people were judging you that badly. It's how you perceived that they were, and you were just embarrassed, right? So it was you that created this, but the great news about that, it's you that can let it go.
Wow, OK,
Does that feel different? Just think about that now.
No, it does. You're absolutely right. And the thing is, rationalising it in your head, I would never judge somebody. It's just, getting over that embarrassment, but you're absolutely right.
And that is all it takes. It's just rationalising, because any sort of phobia is, by definition, is an irrational fear. So when you can rationalise it, it makes it so much better. So I hope that really helps. So,
Gemma, I hope that helps you sow the seed of dealing with that, and best of luck. Thanks, Gemma.
Good luck, Gemma.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
That was so great, guys. I love listening to you.
Oh, thank you.
It just makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah. Next
Let's
up,
go to
Molly, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry, Elsa.
Hello.
Morning, Molly.
Hello.
Oh, what would you like to ask the Speakmans?
I've been suffering from anxiety for about the last year and a half since I've had long COVID. And I'm doing a Christmas lunch for people that are on their own at Christmas, the elderly or just anyone that's on their own. And I've done it for the last 16 years. Last year I was unable to do it because my anxiety was just so bad. But I'm determined to do it this year. But obviously I'm beginning to get very anxious about it, that I just don't want to let them down. I want it to be as special as it always has been.
Yeah.
Molly, can I just tell you that I think you're amazing? And the thing is, honestly, if you're bringing people together that have got nobody else to spend Christmas with, even if it was just a cup of tea and a biscuit, I can tell you that everybody would be so happy and grateful because all they want to be is around other people. So I just want to say thank you because you are making such a huge difference. And please don't lose sight of the fact that what you're doing is absolutely incredible. It's not about what's being cooked. It's not about what's going on, what the room looks like. It's about people being together and celebrating, and you're facilitating that and you're making that possible. So please, please, please take that on board. And the other thing that we'd like to share with you is a lovely little technique that will help you with your anxiety, and it's something that works really quickly, and literally all you're doing is you're going to pop your thumb in your mouth and you're going to actually put a seal around your thumb and blow, almost like you're blowing a balloon, but that the air's not going anywhere, and just hold it for a few seconds. And honestly, if you try that, you will notice straight away the difference. I'll be honest, it's something that I use regularly when I feel really nervous or really anxious. Literally, pop your mouth around your finger, blow hard, but don't let any air escape.
Yeah.
What does that do? Does that, like, ground you?
What it actually does, it activates your vagus nerve, and by doing that, it's scientifically shown that it will reduce your blood pressure and also reduce your heart rate, so it calms you down.
Wow.
How long do you do it for?
Oh, just a few seconds. I mean, honestly, it's something that's my little go-to, that when I feel anxious and nervous, because, you know, we're the same. We get anxious, we get nervous about things. And literally, I just blow really hard just for a few seconds.
That's amazing.
It's amazing.
You literally feel the difference immediately.
He was right, though. What a lovely thing to be doing,
It is.
to put on this stuff for you know,
Can we just cover off the guilt? Because Molly said that she did this for 16 years and then she couldn't do it last year because she had long COVID. Well, what I want you to consider is, right, you should only feel guilt. Guilt's a wasted emotion. You should only feel guilt if you do something on purpose which causes an issue. Then you can feel guilty. But I'm sure that you wanted to do this last year, and don't lose sight of the fact that you've done it for 16 years. And don't lose sight of the fact, why did you start it in the first place? And what I want you to do, instead of thinking about the year that you couldn't do it because you weren't fit enough to do it, focus on the 16 years and the memories of those 16 years and the lives that you've changed. And how amazing it is that you're getting these people together.
But have an amazing Christmas, Molly. Honestly, you deserve it. And thank you for making a magical Christmas for so many other people.
Oh,
Absolutely.
definitely, Molly.
Good luck, Molly.
Thank you so much for all that advice.
Have a lovely Christmas. You're going to have a great day.
You too. Have a wonderful
See you later.
Bye, thanks, Molly.
Thank you.
Lisa emailed in, I'm scared of being lonely this Christmas. I'm really worried about this Christmas. Both my nan and dad have passed away this year. I'm so sorry. With no one apart from my dog. I only see my carer for half an hour who helps to cook my dinner. I'm really struggling. I don't know what to do. Any advice?
I want to go to Molly's.
Well, I'm just thinking that. Just living near Molly.
Yeah, that would be a good place to go. And again, really do understand. It's lovely that you've got a carer coming because you've got some company. But you know what? Make Christmas Day maybe about you and some little treats that you wouldn't normally do just for you. And then also look in your community, because you will likely find that there are things happening in your local community as well. There's online communities. The charity Mind has a lovely online community called Side by Side. There's a lovely charity called Trauma Research UK that do interaction on Zoom as well, and they've got lots of things on their website that will help. So I do think it's a little bit about planning right now, look in your local community as well. And like I said, a little treat for you and your dog as well, perhaps.
Hopefully there's a molly in every community.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that
Such
be
a good
great?
idea, isn't it? I've never heard of that
Yeah,
before.
it is a lovely thing to do.
Rebecca's got in touch. I have Christmas anxiety since losing my hair and my lashes over the past few months. I haven't wanted to go to my Christmas work party or enjoy festivities. I'm finding it hard to feel good about myself at the moment. Is there anything I could do to make myself feel good?
Oh, do you know what? I can so understand that. I lost a lot of my hair 3 years ago, and it was a time where it just was awful. So I completely get where you're coming from. But do you know what? The great thing about Christmas is that it's a time where we can get away with wearing Christmas hats. You can, I don't know if you've got hair loss, you can sort of cover your head, and it's perfectly acceptable. And don't forget that these are people that you work with all the time. So if you're around the people that you work with all the time, it's no different. And maybe even tell a few friends how you feel about it so that they can maybe attend with you, so that you're not going in on your own. But don't lose sight of the fact that you've been invited because you are an integral part of where you work. Everybody already knows you. It's no different.
Some great advice. You two are great, aren't you?
Yeah.
We do our best.
You are.
We do. We try to do our
I
best.
struggle all the
Yeah.
time.
Thank you so much.
You're so
Love to see
welcome.
you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.